Good day everyone, I'm Hurley Borafy Reviews here, back at it again with my review for the Venture Electronics Monk SL or Slim Light, I believe ang meaning niya. Pero we'll keep it as Monk SL for para mas madali matandaan ng iba, okay? Okay, before I proceed, I'd like to thank Venture Electronics for sending this unit to me in an exchange for a very honest and transparent review. Rest assured na all of my reviews are honest and transparent to the core like I always do para win-win sa ating lahat, and at the same time hindi na rin tayo mahirapan because after all this is a hobby. We should be enjoying the hobby, not really being too critical to it na hindi na natin ma-enjoy. Okay? So, to give you an idea, si Monk SL is a recent lang siya, is a recent product ng Venture Electronics wherein anong tawag doon, naka siya, PK shell. So I do believe yung gantong concept ng PK shells is nag-originate dun sa Monk SM, which is the slim metal. Yeah, yung slim metal na yun was released years ago, and yun made of metal siya, and neutral bright sound yung sound signature nun. It is perceived in a mixed bag. Some people don't like it dahil sa medyo bright daw talaga and all. And some people naman who prefer a neutral bright sounding signature really loved it, and up to the point na they experimented sa earbud foams how to tone down that excessive or energetic treble rather, para lang maging enjoyable as a daily earbud, diba? So here we are, like 1, 2, or probably 3 years after nun, nilabas tong Monk SL. Yes. So, bali si Monk SL is a, sabihin na natin the light version ng Monk SM. And I believe meron pang SMT, which is SM Titanium yata ang meaning ng T. But I'm not sure. I haven't auditioned it personally. So, we'll stick with this one. It kind of makes sense din na this is the light version, in the sense na sa price niya, this is around $15. $15 siya. Yung Monk SM or yung Slim Metal is around $20 sa tanda ko, and yung SMT is around $40 or $50 sa tanda ko. So out of those three, sa S lineup sabihin natin, or sa PK shell lineup nila, ito yung pinakamura. I do believe meron pang top of the line na yung Zen 3.0 Slim or something like that, RSL. Pero we won't go to that kasi dito tayo mag-focus sa ano lang talaga nila. So again, this is $15. So lahat ng expectations or lahat ng verdict or lahat ng sasabihin ko is within that $15 range. We're not like sugarcoating or glazing na parang this is the top of the line ganyan, no. We'll stick with the for what it is worth. Kasi yun yung mas real, yun yung mas may practical, mas common sense, and mas logical na answer or verdict to it kaysa sa maghambing tayo ng something na malayo talaga. So, what do you get in kapag order ka ng Monk SL? For $15, you'll get these. So, may foams ka na nakalagay dito sa blister case kasama na itong itong flatted earbuds. And at the same time, as far as I know, if you go to VE's website ngayon or sa Venture Electronics website and sa Shopee nila, I'll link it down below. What do you call this? It has may kasama siyang Odyssey Retro, which is anong tawag doon, which is a good thing in the sense na alam mo yun, hindi ka naman problema na what if hindi ko to ma-drive ng maayos, ganito ganyan, o what if kulang, what if ganito, na binigyan ka na ng parang starting point ng Venture Electronics to to drive properly the Monk SL, and for a good reason then, which is i-discuss ko later on. So ayun, may kasama kang Odyssey Retro, which is yung first version, I believe, kasi currently 2 versions ng Odyssey Retro, aside pa sa yung Odyssey HD na classic. Yung Odyssey Retro is na siya, meron na siyang version na kamukha siya ng Devastator, which is may yung tinatawag nilang Vita or Vita cable na metal na yung yung hardware components niya, and mas matino na, mas premium built. Yung kasama na itong what do you call this, itong Monk SL na Odyssey Retro, is yung na-review ko recently na rubberized siya, rubberized lahat ng hardware components niya. Yung parang pinaka basic lang talaga just to get the job done and to drive this optimally for you to judge kung need mo ba mag-upgrade ng dongle from them and probably buy the Devastator from them or any other dongle na gusto mo. Okay? So, ayun yung matatanggap mo, and yes, as always, they are very generous sa VE foams or sa foams nila mismo. Personally, I love the foams ng VE kahit na sinasabi nilang manipis. Kasi yung impact niya sa overall sound ng isang flatted earbuds, lalo na sa vocal clarity, is little to none in a negative way. Hindi siya magtutunog muffled or boxed in, not at all. Nandun pa rin yung airiness ng vocals, yung forwardness ng vocals to it, yung details, nandun pa rin, and yung presence. So, it's a personal thing, don't get me wrong. Some people prefer the thicker foams. Oo, some people prefer no foams. Some people prefer na may rubber lang na rubber rings or O-rings lang tong rubber rings itong nila. But ako personally, I'm good with the stock. So there's that. So ito yung makukuha mo sa box or sorry sa pag umorder ka ng Monk SL. As you can see, ito siya. And may kasama na pala tong mic, by the way. Yeah. Ayan, may kasama siyang mic. Pero ayan yung earbuds itself. Let me focus it for you. Ayan, di ba? Yes, it is intended na baliktad talaga yan. Kasi sa isang side niya, yes, ayan, ganyan siya. Yeah. Yan. PK shell siya. Yes, it is a PK shell. To most people, they don't really care what type of shell kung ano man yung gamitin nila, as long as it sounds good. But as a person na mahilig talaga sa earbuds way before pa, even nung starting ko pa lang ng hobby, uy, ang ganda rin pala na ito, ng plug niya. As you can see, hindi na siya pure rubber, meron na siyang wait, let me focus. As you can see, wait, hindi pa magpo-focus to. Ayan, may VE logo na siya, and this is bakal and reinforces strain relief. And ayan, meron din siyang yung cable na para maayos. Oo, ayan, maayos yung cable. Yep. Okay. Balik tayo dun sa konting earbud lesson. Okay. So, for most people, wala silang pakialam whether it be MX500 yung shell, like yung usual na makikita mo na ganitong shell na medyo mahaba, or probably something na smaller, which is yung PK shell. Yung iba gusto nila yung vintage na feels ng shell. Pero ayun nga, may iba-iba kasi siyang factors when it comes sa sound. May changes or parang may something characteristic siya na nakakaapekto sa sound depende sa earbud shell na gagamitin. Oo. So, stick tayo dito sa PK shell. Ang tawag kasi dito is PK. PK talaga yung shell na to. PK. Okay? Ang effect nito sa overall sound ng isang headphones or earphones, flatted earbuds most of the time, is angat yung mids most likely, and at the same time malawak yung stage. Oo, dun to nag-excel. Lahat ng na-audition ko na ganito yung shell is malawak talaga yung stage. Like for example, yung yung Symphonia Dragon, I believe, is a PK shell. Correct me if I'm wrong, or basta meron yun sa Symphonia din yata yun. Which, in audition ko siya like years ago. Siguro 6 or 7 years ago. So, hindi ko na super tanda. But, ang tanda ko dun is the stage kasi malawak talaga. It's very spacious. Same level siya ng Sennheiser MX985. If alam nyo yun. Pero magkaiba sila ng shell. Pero yun, same sila ng So, ayan. Ano pa ba? Yung DQSM Panda P2KS. Ayan. I believe it had a refresh lately. So, ayun, pwede nyo pa rin i-check out yun. Pero, ayun nga, yun din yung same characteristic din. May malawak siya na stage. So, spoiler alert, ito is no difference doon. Malawak din to, and probably mas malawak pa. More into that later. Pero, ayun nga. Okay. So, ayun, may konti na tayong background kung bakit ganito yung driver na pinili. And I believe this is a modified PK in the sense na parang dinagdagan yata ng vents or something. I'm not sure. Pero, ayun. Let's stick dun sa makikita talaga natin, yung sa maririnig natin. Okay. So, sa drivability, medyo may something dito. Not sure if in a good way or a bad way, pero para sa akin in a good way siya. Oo, kasi iwas upgrade, I guess. Yeah. Sa ano niya sa drivability. Madali siya ma-drive, that's for sure. But at the same time, very noticeable yung scalability niya. Depende sa earbuds na ay sa source na pagkakabitan mo nito. Like for example, if ikakabit mo siya sa Odyssey Retro, sure, it is fine for the most part. Maayos naman yung bass niya, but at the same time, on certain tracks or certain scenarios, mafe-feel mo na parang loose yung bass. And up to the point na masasabi mong slightly muddy siya. Oo, when compared sa, like, let's say, nilagay mo siya sa Devastator. Sa Devastator naman, maayos yung bass niya. Maayos, firm, very punchy. But at the same time, lacking in quantity daw for dun sa pinahiraman ko nito. Para sa kanya nakulangan siya sa bass nung pinair sa Devastator. Pero sa drivability, walang problem dun. So, ayun, for example ulit sa Tantrum Space, same result sa Devastator, but at the same time, mas nagkaroon siya ng tinge ng pride when compared sa Devastator, compared sa paired ng Tantrum Space. So, ayun, medyo slightly sensitive siya sa sources. Ayan. Oo, kasi may mga times na very sensitive, lalo na dun sa region niya sa mids. May something doon na parang sensitive siya, depende sa kung saan source mo siya ilalagay. Pero hindi naman siya like deal breaker or very obvious like a night and day difference. Oo, unless na lang talaga siguro super babad ka dito sa Monk SL for you to determine or for you to notice that. Pero ayun nga, just a quick heads up na may certain pairing siya na maganda, may certain pairing siya na could be better. Oo. Personally, if i-prepare ko siya, since marami rin akong sources, I'd pair it with the Tantrum Space or yung Fosi Audio SK02 ko sa baba. I'd also pair it with the Fosi Audio MC331 ko na tube amp, or probably I'd pair it with the Snowski Echo Mini. Oo, which is yung review will be soon. Ayan. Most likely doon sa I don't want to skimp power, lalo na sa flatted earbuds talaga. Oo, as much as possible, if kaya ko mag 2 VRM sa flatted earbuds in general, I would. So ayun din yung philosophy or principle na ginagamit ko dito sa Monk SL. So if gagamit kayo ng Monk SL, sure, serviceable naman for the most part yung kasama na Odyssey Retro. Pero para sa akin, if you have the chance to buy the Devastator, kasi alam mo yan, hindi ka nalalayo, VE to VE na, sige. I mean, most likely maganda rin naman yung pairing, 'di ba? So why not? Hindi mag-Devastator ka, i-pair mo siya sa Devastator and call it a day. Maganda yung pairing nila, they pair well, maayos na drive, maganda yung bato ng bass. And ayun, sakto lang sa overall na sound character niya na i-discuss ko mamaya. And okay, by the way, by the time na I record and publish this video, may version na nitong Monk SL na kulay black. Bale, black glittery resin na yung finish niya. I'm not sure kung anong version yon, but as far as I know, same lang naman yung sound, but different lang yung color or siguro material din na ginamit. Kasi ito is like a Silver Surfer silver, while yun is a black na glittery, glossy black. So, ayun. Meron din itong version na may 4.4, so probably there's a difference din doon. I am not sure since hindi ko pa na-audition in person and hindi ko pa napag-compare yung 4.4 versus 3.5 nitong Monk SL. Pero for the most part, when ilalagay ko siya sa pairing niya, na yung hindi na tayo lalayo sa VE route, like yung Odyssey Retro versus yung Devastator, tapos paired nitong Monk SL, maganda yung pairing niya sa both actually. Pero ayun, if I were to be very nitpicky na gusto ko talaga yung optimal, I'd pick the pairing na kasama yung Devastator dito sa Monk SL. Pag binili mo siya ng kasama ng Devastator is around, I believe, $25 or 1,300 pesos pag binili mo siya. Okay? Sa fit and comfort, again, this is a PK shell. Definitely mas comfortable siya and mas nawawala yung feeling niya sa tenga. Sa tenga ko at least, when compared dito sa MX500. Although wala rin naman akong problem sa MX500 at all, even sa MX760. Wala rin akong problem at all, even sa MX985 na diver shells. Wala talaga akong problem at all. And lastly, even sa yung bell shape na earbuds such as yung Temperament X6 or yung any nagawa na bell shape ng case earphone, wala rin akong problem doon. So in general, yung tenga ko is will suit or will fit well sa most earbuds, lalo na dito sa PK shells ng Monk SL. Nawawala lang talaga siya sa tenga ko, like literal, oh, may suot pala ako, ganun. Akala ko wala akong suot, something like that. Very very comfortable siya. So I can confidently say na even sa mga smaller ears, like let's say maliit lang yung tenga ng friend mo, ng parent mo, probably ng girlfriend mo, boyfriend mo, walang problem yung Monk SL. It will fit them well. Lalo na pag may earbud foams, mas magi-stick talaga sa tenga nila yan. And in theory, since mas maganda yung seal, mas maganda yung tunog. At least for me. Okay. So, anong tunog netong Monk SL? Si Monk SL is a neutral sounding flathead earbud. Ayan. Neutral sounding flathead earbud siya na if we are going to be specific, is meron siyang may slight bump or may slight forwardness siya sa mids, particularly sa vocals. I do believe na sa implementation to or nasa tuning, dahil yung VE in general or Venture Electronics in general is mostly ganun talaga yung sound character nila or sound signature nila, na may something sa vocals na parang alam mo yun, mas magi-stick siya kahit na sabihin natin may bayo ng bass or may ng treble. Mas magi-stick talaga yung vocals. I've grown and used to it. I mean, kasi ito yung una kong yung una kong earbuds was a Venture Electronics Monk Plus, which is the 4th or 3rd version, if may 3rd version. Pero 4th edition yun sa tanda ko. Or 2nd. I don't know. Basta ayun, meron ako nun. And nung time na yun, it sounded good for its price. Pero ayun, balik na tayo dito. Yun nga, neutral siya na for if we're being safe dun sa sa pag-describe sa kanya, neutral siya at most na may forward na vocals. Pero ayun, if we're going to be specific, it is a neutral mid-centric sounding na flathead earbud na may slight tinge ng warmth. Kasi naka-apekto yun sa bass niya ayun nga, parang make or break siya sa bass niya, depende sa pairing. Pero para sa akin, most of the time, yung bass niya is okay. Oo, ayun nga, yung bass niya is punchy. Punchy, syempre a bit light sa bass but not as light when compared sa Monk Lite. And if naka-audition kayo ng Monk Lite na 40 and 120 ohms, mas less dun, yung pagka-light niya. Actually, sabihin na natin, siya yung bass netong Monk SL is in between ng Monk A1 and ng Monk Plus 7th edition. Ayan, yan yung parang pinaka-comparison ko from it. So, hindi siya super bassy, but at the same time, hindi rin siya like bass light for a context ng earbud. But in general, syempre, since neutral siya, wala siya gaanong bass when compared sa IEMs, of course. That is common sense. So hindi mo siya pwedeng compare sa sa IEMs in that regard. Okay, baka kasi may magsabi, Oro 5, what ganun? Ang konti lang ng bass nito, sabi mo hindi konti. I'm comparing this with earbuds to earbuds only. Hindi siya pwede sa IEMs, hindi siya logical, sorry. Magkaiba yung form factor and yung pag-wear nito. Okay, so in terms of details, sa price niya, sakto lang naman. Wala akong problem sa details, may details naman siya. And definitely, ayun nga, nasa faster side yung decay and attack niya. Ano pa ba? And ayun na yun. Yung parang gist niya is hindi siya pwede sa bass heads, of course. If you want something na chunky yung bass sa Monk lineup, go get a Monk Plus. Ayun, parang pinaka doon. At the very least, mas nakamura ka pa, di ba? But aside doon, if you want something na parang modest yung bass, na alam mo yun, bass light lang talaga, na hindi siya nakakapagod pakinggan for you, I guess, mas okay itong Monk SL. Okay, now sa mids. Yung mids, ayun nga, katulad ng sinabi ko, what do you call this? Dito may make or break depende sa pairing. Kasi medyo sensitive yung region na to, lalo na sa lower mids. Mararamdaman mo yung warmth niya if warm yung source mo. Mararamdaman mo na bright or neutral yung mids mo, mids neto, lower mids, if neutral or bright yung USB dock mo or yung source mo. So, ayun, sige, para mas madali, kung paired na lang siya sa Devastator. May slight warmth sa Devastator actually, but not by a lot. Hindi mo siya mahalata unless na lang i-compare mo siya pag nilagay mo na sa yung neutral na duck talaga. So, ayun, dun pa lang, depende talaga sa kung paano mo siya titimplahin. If you're going to be a very nitpicky person sa $15 na earbuds. But for the most part, you don't need to bother as long as nadadrive siya properly. Paano mo siya malalaman na nadadrive properly? Hindi siya manipis. Hindi sobrang nipis yung tunog nito na unnaturally tunog lata. Oo, na doon mo malalaman na hindi siya nadadrive siya ng maayos rather. Kasi pag hindi ito nadadrive ng maayos rather or any IEMs, earphones, headphones in general, tunog lata talaga. So, kailangan mo siya madrive ng maayos for you to judge and for you to experience na nadrive siya ng maayos. Para sa akin lang naman yun, base experience. Okay, sa lower mids, again, katulad niyan sinabi ko, may tinge siya ng warmth but not by a lot. Wala naman siyang gaanong mid-bass bleed. Actually, napakalinis niya para sa price. Upper mids, malinaw pa rin naman. It is decent, it is sharp. Hindi sharp, sorry. It is clear, na may sparkle, and yes, maraming air. May air talaga. Wala siyang sibilance or peaks na sa tenga ko, and even dun sa friend na napag-auditionan ko neto, na mas may sensitive pang tenga sa akin. So, ayun, I can recommend this sa mga sensitive yung tenga din sa upper frequencies na extra. And if it helps, of course, I always recommend using this with a earbud foam. Para alam mo yun, if like let's say, sobrang bright or sobrang nipis nito for you, pag nilagyan mo nito, kahit pa paano kakapal at some point, di ba? Okay, now as for the treble, yung treble is okay, it is decently extended, there's details. Yes, may details naman doon. Medyo smooth siya actually, but may details pa rin. Again, may details pa rin. Ano pa ba? Okay, yung sa cymbal crashes and splashes, okay naman. Hindi siya bright On its own, hindi siya bright. But I do see na pag nilagay mo siya sa bright sounding sets, medyo na-emphasize niya. Probably yung treble. So, ayun. At some point, it is very nearly transparent / uncolored itong Monk SL. At some point, okay? Hindi siya technically transparent talaga. Pero ayun, halata mo kasi na at some point, it is very transparent or it is very uncolored. Kasi nga, medyo sensitive siya sa source. O, dun sa magiging character niya, overall character niya. Okay, detail retrieval, average. Sa price na to, I mean, walang mind-boggling about it, but at the same time, there's nothing wrong with it para sa akin. Okay, sa technical performance, dito nag-excel itong Monk SL, lalo na sa soundstage niya. Yung soundstage width niya, malawak talaga, paikot. Actually, sabi nga ng yung napag-auditionan ko neto, para daw siya nakasuot ng headphones. In terms na yung sa lawak talaga and yung height na din. So, ang nasa isip ko, na-perceive niya as holographic. Which is, I kinda agree nung na-try ko rin to. Lalo na pag maayos yung pairing niya. Medyo talaga, like immersive talaga. Which is a good thing. Oo. Layering and separation, I'd say sakto lang para sa price niya na may times na mas malinis than usual para sa akin. So, ayun. Nothing to write home about, but at the same time, there's nothing wrong with that. Walang problem doon. Okay? Sa imaging naman, yes, it is precise. Nagamit ko siya actually, pinanglaro ko sa games, pinanggamit ko sa podcast and such. Yun. So, wala akong naging problems doon, lalo na sa $15 price tag na to. Actually, this is one of the best under $15 or under $20 na flatted earbuds para sa akin. Saan siya maganda i-compare? Hindi na tayo lalayo sa comparison kasi it would be unfair if i-compare ko siya sa mga older sets. Kasi sa earbud scene kasi wala naman gaanong progress to be honest with you. Wala siyang super duper brand new progress. Meron lang mga go-tos such as yung Vido, yung Fransan, Vido Pro, or yun, yung isa sa hyper budget favorite ko, yung Fail Iris Ancestor. Since nabilan ko yung mother ko ng Fail Iris Ancestor na kulay violet, na-burnin ko siya and alam ko yung tunog talaga nun. When compared dito, mas warm yun, mas chunky yung tunog. Yun, yung usual na casual bassy response warm balance response, nag-i-scale rin sa source but not by a lot or hindi gaano obvious when compared dito sa Monk SL, and fall short sa it falls short sa technical performance. Sa soundstage, imaging, layering, separation, it falls short on that. At the cost of being smooth, being chunky, doon lang bumabawi yung Fail Iris Ancestor. Magtutunog dikit-dikit kapag nag-compared mo siya dito sa Monk SL, yung Fail Iris Ancestor. But then again, it is very very unfair comparison kasi magkano lang yun around $2 most. To is $15. So, yun, may price difference talaga. So, i-compare na lang natin muna siya within sa VE to VE din. Pero, ayun nga, I won't give any too much details dun sa Monk Plus the 7th edition kasi i-review ko pa siya in depth along the way. Okay, so, sige, compare muna natin dito sa Monk Plus 7th edition. Okay, so to give you an idea, si Monk Plus 7th edition, wait, si Monk Plus 7th edition is a around $5 I believe. $5 to $6 na flathead earbuds. While ito is $15. So, anong differences nila? Of course, yung sa shell, dun pa lang, lamang na itong Monk SL in terms of overall fit and comfort sa lahat. Unlike neto, for sabihin natin, most people lang siya pwede, but not all. Okay, sa ano pa ba? Sa drivability, I find na mas madaling ma-drive ng maayos tong Monk SL compared dito sa Monk Plus 7th edition. But hey, para sa akin lang yon. And hindi rin naman nalalayo talaga yung differences nila doon sa context na yun. And sa sound naman, hindi, sa scalability muna. Sa scalability, mas halata yung scalability and source pairing dito kasi mas sensitive to doon compared dito. Pero ito at some point, meron din naman. Pero hindi siya gaano picky sa source when compared dito sa Monk SL para sa akin. And ayun, dun nga sa sound. Sa sound naman, itong si Monk Plus 7th edition is mas chunky yung tunog. Ayan. Balance pa rin naman siya, yes. But it is chunky. It is chunky, it is smooth. Vocal forward pa rin, yes. But at the cost of soundstage. At saka ng air. Mas airy and mas spacious itong Monk SL when compared dito sa Monk Plus 7th edition. And that is to be expected din dahil na rin sa price differences nila and at the same time dun sa driver na ginamit, sa tuning na ginamit or ginawa, 'di ba? So it is very understandable yung differences. So alin yung mas better sa dalawa? Well, if we're talking in a more audiophile-ish side of things, if we're talking dun sa pursuit talaga ng sound quality over enjoyment, but don't get me wrong, both sets are still enjoyable. Very, very enjoyable. Depende sa preference mo. I'd pick the Monk SL kasi yun nga, mas targeted siya sa mga mahilig sa wide, spacious soundstage, sa, alam mo yun, sa parang mini headphones and such, and sa comfortable yun, mas comfortable yung tenga, sa tenga. Okay? Okay. Pero ayun nga, if you want something na parang all-rounder, 'di ba, na hindi papalya as an earbud, if earbuds hobbyist ka, pick the Monk Plus 7th edition on that one. Lalo na mura lang to, mas mura to. Okay? So, next natin ko compare siya sa Monk A1. So, si Monk A1 is advertised as a gaming flathead earbuds. Pero ayun nga kasi, I use this mostly sa hobby or sa casual listening sa music sa podcast pag nanonood ng movies and such. So, we'll keep it that way. So, when compared itong Monk A1 versus dito sa Monk SL, si A1 is a flatter laid back talaga siya. Flatter laid back. It reminds me of the Jiuxiao E600 na gustong-gusto ko talaga noon. Except sa fragility nun. But yun, another story. Pero ayun yung tunog nito. It is balanced. Mas manipis siya sa Monk Plus 7th edition. Pero laid back. So, nagmumukha siyang like makapal at the very least or mas may kapal compared dito sa Monk SL para sa akin. So there's that. And mas crispier, sabihin natin mas may crisp and mas may extension yung yung upper frequencies niya. Even yung bass actually mas may konting, alam mo yun, mas extended siya. Mas extended at the same time laid back yung buong sound. If that makes sense when compared dito sa Monk SL. Ito kasi Monk SL, parang nakalutang ka. Pero hindi naman nasal or boxy, no, not at all. Oo, parang nakalutang yung tunog nito na, alam mo yun, parang chill-chill lang talaga. Unlike nito, very grounded, very laid back, very cozy. Ayan yung, parang magiging adjective ko to it. Oo. Hey, tapos, sige, for a stretch, kasi marami rin nagtatanong lalo na yung mga mahilig sa sobrang sa bang for the buck, which is the best, this is the best under $60, ganito ganyan. O yan, sige, compare natin dito sa Duno Alpha 3. Although, para sa akin, first and foremost, it is very, very illogical to compare a $15 flatted earbuds compared dito sa $60 or $65, $70 na flatted earbuds. Okay. So, sige, to keep things simple, ano na lang yung makukuha mo if gumastos ka ng $60 sa isang flathead earbud? Well, ang makukuha mo first and foremost sa build quality, sa packaging and presentation. Doon pa lang, bawi na to talaga, tol. May case pa to, maraming sets ng foam tips, ganito ganyan. Build quality, mas okay itong cable na to. Hindi siya sticky, hindi siya rubbery. But I do believe na at some point in time, pag hindi naalagaan both, this will stiffen. This one will stiffen as well. Sa build quality ng driver shells, well crafted, bakal yan, definitely bakal yan. May sabihin natin sophisticated venting system, even yung fit is mas snugger. Ayun, yung fit niya mas hefty. Yes, mas hefty siya, tapos mas maayos yung overall na fit niya, mas stable sa tenga when compared dito sa anong tawag doon? Dito sa Monk SL. Pardon me for my voice. I'm still not feeling well actually. Pero ayan, medyo gumagaling na. Oo. Sa drivability, mas madali ma-drive itong Duno Alpha 3, and mas wala siya ganong sensitivity or pagiging sensitive sa sources na i-pair mo with it. So ayun. Mas hindi ka gaano mag-fail sa anong tawag doon? sa pag-pair. Ayan, sa pag-pair nung Duno Alpha 3. Well, sa sound is mas fuller, mas holographic. Yes, mas holographic itong Duno Alpha 3 when compared dito sa Monk SL. Pero yun nga kasi very illogical na talaga kasi siya i-compare sa price na to. Since ang layo ng price diff nila, buti sana kung within $20 lang, 15 versus $20, okay, sige, but 60, 65, it isn't a very fair comparison. So, balik tayo dito sa $15. Okay. So, anong verdict ko dito sa Monk SL? Definitely one of the best in its class, under $20. Ayun na yun, case in point. Bakit? Kasi, wala na, from, based sa, sa pag-check ko ngayon, or sa na-audition ko din, wala pang $20 or, under $15 or $15 na flathead earbuds na kasing lawak nito. And kasing neutral nito. Oo, na alam mo yun, versatile pa rin siya. Walang kasing neto ka-level neto pa as of now. Yung EB2S Pro, I know, sabihin nyo, nice check EB2S Pro. But if yun, Aura Fire Hurley, una sa lahat, hindi na siya anong tawag doon? Medyo outdated na siya. I believe last 2 years ago pa yun nilabas or last year. And pangalawa, yung nun kasi, yung soundstage yun is linear. Linear na hindi siya gano'ng holographic. Ayan. And yung separation and layering niya, mas dikit-dikit when compared dito sa Monk SL. Para sa akin lang naman. Pero mas madali ma-drive yun. Obviously. Pero yun nga, if we're talking like 2024, 2025, na earbuds ranking under $15 or $20, this would be my top 1. Para sa akin lang naman. The Monk SL. Oo. Hats off to that. Kasi, alam mo yun, ang lawak niya, ang spacious niya at the same time, versatile pa rin siya at some point. Oo. Hindi siya bagay dito, hindi siya dito. Sa context ng earbuds, Hindi sa context ng IEMs or ng headphones. Sa earbuds alone. So, I wholeheartedly recommend the Monk SL if kaya ng budget nyo and at the same time gusto nyo ng neutral sounding na vocal forward na malawak. Yun yung doon, parang pinaka-verdict doon, yung pinaka-ditch. And if kaya niya bumili ng Devastator as a pansamantagal na investment para sa isang matinong USB dock or USB dongle on the go, please do kasi maganda yung pairing niya dito sa Monk SL. Okay? And that ends my review for the Monk SL or the Venture Electronics Monk SL. Oh, medyo mahaba na, 35-minute mark pala. Oh well. But ayun, I'd like to thank Venture Electronics for sending this unit to me in an exchange for a very honest and transparent review. Rest assured na all of my reviews are honest and transparent to the core like I always do para win-win sa ating lahat. And ang next kong re-review of course is itong itong VE Monk na Monk Plus 7th edition. Pero kasi gusto kong gawin para hindi like straight VE yung nire-review ko and baka maumay din kasi kayo na puro VE na lang and probably baka masabihan niyo ako ng VE shield. Ano ko, i-alternate ko siya. Like for example, again, meron pa ako nito, itong Tanch Gym Bunny. 'Di ba? Hindi ko pa na-post yung review na ito. Tapos meron din akong itong Snow Ski. Ayan, Snow Ski Echo Mini. So probably after nitong Monk SL, ito yung next kong i-review. Then after nito, itong Monk SL. Tapos meron pa ako nitong Fio DM13. Kasi mahilig ako sa CD, sa CD collector din. So i-review ko pa to. Ayan, tingnan mo, this is Bluetooth. Qualcomm Apitex HD in red colorway, 'di ba? It is a very worthy to showcase. Ayun. So i-alternate ko yung reviews. I am still at my schedule. Consistent pa rin yung pagre-review ko talaga per schedule. Okay? And thank you for sticking by. See you next time.